How y'all doing, Cowboys Nation? Paul Ryan back at it again with the late night vibes. I hope everybody's having a good Friday night, a good start to your weekend. Guys, I know I'm a little late on this one. It came out yesterday, and I somehow I missed it. But apparently, NFL executives and coaches came out, or ranked rather, their top 10 NFL tight ends. And somehow Jake Ferguson didn't make the list yet. A guy, Dalton Schultz, the guy he replaced, literally replaced. Dalton Schultz was replaced by Jake Ferguson. Somehow Dalton Schultz makes the list over Jake Ferguson. Makes no sense. Evan Ingram. Yeah, I think he's talented. He had a good year last year. I think looking at his numbers, they believe he was the best tight end statistically in the NFL. I know he led the league in receptions for tight ends. Don't agree with that. And then they have Dallas Goddard. Again, he might be more talented than Jake Ferguson, but he's been injured, inconsistent. I don't think, I think if I had to choose between Dallas Goddard and Jake Ferguson, give me Jake Ferguson because he's of health. And I think I don't know how much more ability he really even has than Jake Ferguson. Now I don't have the numbers or the metrics right offhand, but yeah, give me Jake Ferguson. The only names that I agree with on the list are, of course, Travis Kelsey, but he's kind of past his prime. He's still playing well, but he is past his prime. George Kittle, he's had issues with health as well, but if we're talking just talent wise and when he's healthy and playing, I think he's, easily one of the best tight ends. A lot of people have him top two. I think I'd rather have Mark Andrews, who, again, he was another player on that list that it's hard to disagree with. But we saw, he's kind of had some issues with health the last couple of years too, but the talent is unquestioned. But outside of that, I cannot think of even five tight ends that I would rather have over Jake Ferguson. Now, I'm not saying I can put Jake Ferguson in the top six because you've got guys like Sam Laporta and Dalton Kincaid who probably have more talent. And, also Kyle Pitts, right? But, I think all those guys probably have more talent than Jake Ferguson, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're better. When health comes into it, production, just things like that. A lot of it goes into it. If we're talking strictly off skill and talent, then that's a different discussion. But that's not what this list was based off of, and I don't understand how Jake Ferguson was left off of it. It's I don't know. I'm hopefully Jake Ferguson can use that as a chip on his shoulder as motivation this year because I think he's due for a big year. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I think Jake Ferguson is going to take that next step and be a top five tight end when it's all said and when the season is all said and done here in 2024. But again, guys, I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope everybody's having a good start to their weekend. I am Paul Ryan, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.